Today we've got a really complex narrative to get into. We've gone through a stack of sources on a Turkish drama that I think really operates on one single brutal thesis.
Which is?
That in this world, absolute ruthless self-interest just always wins over loyalty. We're not talking about simple romance here. This is high-stakes psychological warfare.
That's the perfect way to put it.
So to help everyone, navigate this labyrinth, let's quickly set the players. In the marriage plot, we've got Karan, the husband, caught in the middle.
Then there's Ceylan, the calculating second wife, who is pushing hard for legitimacy.
And 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀, the wife who's being just brutally pushed out.
And on the other side, in the conspiracy, you've got 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀, the one who's framed. Ferret, her partner, her protector.
And 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀, the treacherous sister who set the whole thing up.
What's so fascinating, and what the sources really highlight, is that the motivations are basically identical in both plots.
Which are what? Status.
Status, the monopolization of love, and just ruthless self-preservation. It's all the same drive.
Okay, let's unpack that marriage deception first then. This is where Ceylan really shifts from just being a rival to a full-on aggressor.
Right. Her motivation was simple. Get rid of any obstacle. And she did that by forcing Karan's compliance. She sees deceit everywhere. She even says, the katabia harjagan azar atihai.
And her method for this was not subtle.
Not at all. It was chillingly premeditated. Our sources confirm she flat out admitted to using a drug to incapacitate Karan.
She admitted it.
Openly. Said it would lead him straight to her bed. Her goal, and she was very clear about this, was to make them a real husband and wife by morning.
Which would, in her mind, eliminate the other wife.
Exactly. Both legally and, more importantly, psychologically.
So what happens the next morning? Because this is where the conflicting narratives come in.
Well, Ceylan immediately starts manufacturing a story. She tells this stunned Karan that he was just intoxicated, unconscious.
That he started it.
Precisely. She claims he grabbed her hand, pulled her close, kissed her. She paints the whole thing as this beautiful new beginning for them.
But Karan wasn't buying it.
Not for a second. He knew immediately he'd fallen into a trap. He was just stunned, questioning how it was even possible. He says very emphatically, "I never lose control. I never forget a night."
And he calls it a mistake.
A mistake that will never happen again. He even reminds her their marriage was only for ritual's sake. He knew what this was.
And of course, Ceylan's mother just jumps right on this.
Oh, instantly. She was thrilled. She immediately validates the whole night, framing it as Karan acting out of concern for Ceylan's well-being.
Which gives Ceylan exactly the external legitimacy she was after.
Exactly. Meanwhile, 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀 is just completely heartbroken. She feels abandoned, pushed out, and this is where, the real dramatic engine of the story is.
Tell me.
𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀, in this moment of just pure despair, she writes this confession of love. She even draws hands on the paper. It's a really heartfelt gesture. She was going to bury it under a rose bush like a prayer.
But she doesn't.
She tears it up. Karan never even sees it. And later, his friend suggests this torn-up note was genuine proof of her love, not manipulation.
But Karan dismisses it. Why? Why is he so resistant to her?
Because of the past. It always comes back to his brother. He is convinced deep down that 𝐊𝐌𝐀 is his brother's killer.
So that guilt, that unresolved trauma, it just overrides everything else.
Completely. He says it himself. Nothing can ever happen between us. That fixed belief, that guilt, it guarantees this conflict will just keep going no matter what 𝐊𝐌𝐀 does.
That kind of fixed ruthlessness, it actually bridges us perfectly to the second conspiracy.
The stolen gold.
The stolen gold. And the betrayal between 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀, Ferret, and 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀. So 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐀 is arrested very quickly.
Right, on charges of jewelry theft, aiding a crime. She's pleading her innocence, saying it's all a conspiracy.
And the setup was, it was pretty flawless.
It was. The gold was found in her bag after an anonymous tip from a disposable phone line. Classic setup. Ferret, her partner, who's an ex-police commissioner, he immediately suspects his own sister, 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀.
Okay, but he acts cold toward 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀 in public. Now, was that real? Did he actually waver for a second?
The sources are very clear on this. It was a calculated act, a huge risk, but it was all to protect 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀.
So he was playing a long game.
Absolutely. He later reveals to 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀 that he never, not for a moment, doubted her. He was just feigning anger to find the real culprit. This is where you see this incredible loyalty.
And he actually gave up his job over this.
He did. He resigned as police commissioner. That sacrifice just sets him so far apart from everyone else in this, morally gray world.
That is just an astonishing level of commitment. So 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀, she eventually admits it.
She does. She openly admits she planned the whole thing to destroy 𝐊𝐶𝐌𝐀's life.
And then the story of the gold itself, gets even crazier.
So much crazier. Ferret gets a video from this guy, Mehmet, who was in on it with Gonza but flipped.
And the video proves Gonza's involvement.
It does, but here's the crucial twist. Mehmet reveals the gold they found in Lila's bag was fake.
No way.
It was a decoy, which means Gonza was keeping the real loot all while being willing to let her own sister go to prison for a fake crime.
So this whole conspiracy just keeps unraveling.
And it goes straight to the heart of their family. Under pressure, Gonza confesses she wanted to make Lila feel the same pain she felt. But Lila pushes her.
And what comes out?
The huge secret. Their own father was the original thief. He's the one who stole the gold from a jeweler's safe in the first place. Gonza just helped him hide it.
So this isn't just sibling rivalry. This is a family criminal enterprise.
Exactly. It's a systemic cover-up. So Lila and Ferret decide Gonza needs a lesson, but not jail, because their father is the root of it all.
And this is where they stage the fake arrest.
Yes, a highly realistic fake arrest using a friend on the police force. And it works.
She must have been terrified.
Absolutely terrified. She had a panic attack. She was convinced her life was over. They achieved their goal, making her feel the consequences without actually destroying the family, through the legal system.
So if we look across both of these stories, the real cost, the emotional damage, it always seems to fall on the most vulnerable people.
It does. And if we want to see the final toll of all this betrayal, we have to go back to Ceylan.
Right, because Seema, now that she has this physical legitimacy she wanted, she doesn't stop. She actually ratchets up the psychological warfare.
Oh, she's not finished. This is where the cruelty becomes strategic.
How so?
She forces Ceylan to clean the master bedroom thoroughly. She specifically demands Ceylan change the sheets that, she says, smell of sweat.
Oh, that is brutal.
It's a strategic move. She is forcing Ceylan to consume the sensory evidence of the night Seema spent with Karan. It's weaponizing memory.
To cement Ceylan's identity as the disposable wife.
The other wife. And this total isolation leads Ceylan to this heartbreaking realization. She confesses to a servant. She feels her husband's love for a ghost, for 𝐊𝐔𝐌𝐻.
His dead brother's wife.
Yes. That love made her, Ceylan, the other woman in the house, not Seema. She finally understands that Karan isn't just taken from her, he was never available to begin with.
That's a profound kind of emptiness.
It is. The sources really show us a masterclass in this kind of narrative tension. You see Ferret's necessary self-sacrifice fighting against the absolute self-interest of Seema and Gonza. The trauma is always layered. Marriage is poisoned by guilt. Family loyalty is destroyed by greed.
The biggest surprise for me through all this is still Ferret. His unwavering loyalty, the fact that he would sacrifice his entire career, his entire identity as police commissioner, just to clear Lila's name. It's the only real counterpoint to all the betrayal.
It absolutely is. And the fact that this whole gold conspiracy dug up the truth about their father being the original criminal, and that Gonza was willing to let her sister take the fall for it, it just shows how deep that layered betrayal really runs.
So, okay, let's land here. The source material confirmed that most of the real gold, the stuff Lila's father stole, is still missing. It's still hidden somewhere.
That's right.
Lila and Ferret now know Gonza helped hide it. They have her terrified, but the actual treasure hunt is far from over. So you have to ask yourself, does this quest for the rest of the stolen treasure guarantee even more danger, more betrayal for this family's future? Especially since Gonza's the one who knows exactly where it is.
Well, considering everything Lila and Ferret have already sacrificed, they're committed to finding that gold. But that commitment, it pretty much guarantees the conflict with Gonza isn't over. It's just entered a much more dangerous and much more speculative phase.
An intense end to an intense deep dive. Thank you for walking us through these shocking and really complex narratives.